Good evening and welcome to the May 12, 2026 meeting of the Pequannock Township Council. Ms. Marsh.
In accordance with the requirements of New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting was included in the annual meeting notice, which was filed in the office of the Township Clerk, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, published as a legal notice in the Suburban Trends and Daily Record newspapers, and distributed to all persons requesting notice in accordance with Township policy.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a prayer and a moment of thanks for individuals serving our nation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Most gracious Providence, we ask that you bless this governing body with an abundance of wisdom and understanding so that every deliberation will result in actions which will promote the common good and the general welfare for all the people of Pequannock Township. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Idrisi is absent. Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Here.
Mr. Cole?
Here.
Mayor Russell?
Here. There are no presentations scheduled for this evening. At this time, are there reports or comments from any of the volunteers serving our community? The next item on the agenda is public comment. The comment period will be limited to a total of 30 minutes. Additional time is reserved later in the meeting. We welcome comments, suggestions, and questions. However, the purpose of this time is to allow public comment, not to engage in a dialogue. If you have a specific question, please feel free to pose it and then follow up with staff via telephone or email. Comments are limited to 3 minutes. If anyone wishes to address the council, please wait to be recognized and come to the microphone and provide your name for the record. Alrighty. Since there's no public comment, we will continue on. The next item on our agenda is the manager's report. Mr. Brewer.
Thank you, Mayor. A number of the items within my written report have been discussed at some length, so I'll run over them quickly. This evening, for the council's consideration and for public hearing, are a number of ordinances. The first is an ordinance that was recommended by the Health Department after 18-plus months of research, regulating smoking devices, vape shops, edibles, and psychoactive substances and drugs. Next, we have the general capital ordinance, which is consistent with our usual budget process for public hearing and potential adoption. I always like to note that based upon the prior planning and forethought of our predecessors and some people on the dais, this does involve a capital program with no issuance of debt, which is a good savings for the residents. We have the water utility capital ordinance. Also, that does not involve the issuance of any debt. We have the sewer utility capital ordinance. Mayor, you may have more to talk about that later. This is a reappropriation ordinance of an existing balance from a prior project. As a result of that being a little different than the other fully funded cash ordinances, it requires a 2/3 majority vote of the governing body, as we only have 3 council members present. The mayor will lead us through potentially carrying that to the 26th. We have the salary ordinance. That is the annual ordinance authorizing compensation for those individuals not represented by a union that work for the Township of Pequannock. We have an amendment to the historic preservation easement. This is an authorization by resolution. Whenever the township has received grant funds from the Morris County Historic Preservation Trust Fund, you're required to have a deed amendment. In essence, the grantor would like there to be protections for the property that they're giving the money to you for. There is an existing deed restriction for the Pompton Plains Railroad Station. As we received a subsequent grant, this is essentially an extension of the same deed restriction. There's a discussion item, which is the 2027 NJDOT Municipal Aid Grant. The subject of that, I'll be looking for some direction from the governing body. There was some input from the township engineer. And other than those items in my written report, I have nothing further unless there's questions.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, next on the agenda is the public hearing of ordinance number 2026-03. Ms. Marsh.
Ordinance 2026-03 is an ordinance providing for various capital improvements in and by the Township of Pequannock in the County of Morris, State of New Jersey, and appropriating the sum of $2,778,000 for financing thereof.
Are there any comments from council?
No.
Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If anyone in the audience has questions or comments on this ordinance, please come to the microphone and identify yourself for the record. Is there a motion to close the
I'll
public
make
hearing?
that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adopt this
Make
ordinance?
a motion to adopt ordinance 2026-03.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mayor Russell?
Yes. Next on the agenda is the public hearing on ordinance number 2026-04. Ms. Marsh?
Ordinance number 2026-04 is an ordinance providing for various capital improvements in and by the Township of Pequannock water utility in the County of Morris, State of New Jersey, and appropriating the sum of $325,000 for financing thereof.
Any comments from council?
Nope, we need to do it.
Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. If anyone in the audience has questions or comments on this ordinance, please come to the microphone and identify yourself for the record. Is there a motion to close this public
I'll
hearing?
make that motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance number 2026-04.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mayor Russell?
Yes. Next is the public hearing on ordinance number 2026-05. Ms. Marsh.
Ordinance number 2026-05 is an ordinance reappropriating $628,000 of proceeds of obligations not needed for their original purposes in order to provide for design costs for the Brookline Sewer Pump Station in and by the Township of Pequannock in the County of Morris, New Jersey.
As Mr. Brewer said, because we don't have the correct number of people to vote on this, I'll be asking for a motion to move the public hearing on this ordinance to May 26th Township Council meeting. But before I do, is there anyone here who'd like to speak? You're welcome to do so now. If anyone in the audience has questions or comments on this ordinance, please come to the microphone and identify yourself for the record. Is there a motion to move this public meeting for ordinance number 2026-05 to the May 26th meeting?
I'll make that. Go ahead,
Okay,
Melissa.
go ahead. I'll make the motion to.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next on the agenda is the public hearing on ordinance number 2026-06. Ms. Marsh.
Ordinance number 2026-06 is an ordinance amending the code of the Township of Pequannock and establishing regulations governing electronic smoke devices, vape shops, edibles, and psychoactive substances and drugs.
You jumped on vapes, but you got psychoactive.
Sorry.
I was like, damn, we're doing bake shops? No more cookies.
Are there any comments from council?
The only comment I was going to make, I mean, for the benefit of the audience, although they might have been here last time, is I see that we have Tom here, so I wondered if we can just ask for just like a quick, how we'll be able to regulate this better. Are we allowed to do that at this point again, or no? We did it at the last meeting. Are we allowed just to
Yeah, no,
touch on?
I think we did it
Yeah,
before, right?
we did.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if anybody wanted to clarify.
If they have any questions, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's true.
Stopping anyone under 21 not being able to buy it.
Yeah.
Right,
No, I
exactly.
Sums it up
Keep
in
it
a
out of
nutshell.
reach of the kids and
Yeah.
nobody under 21.
Yeah, so, I think it's a great ordinance and we need to do it, so I'm glad to see that we're doing it. That was my only comment.
Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So, good.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If anyone in the audience has questions or comments on this ordinance, please come to the microphone and identify yourself for the record.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Sandy Party. I know I've addressed you via email, but I just want to put it out here on the record.
I'm sorry, it's H-A-R-D-Y?
Party with a
Party.
P, P-A-R-D-E-Y.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I want to note it's a very important step for Pequannock to take in adopting this ordinance. There are many substances cited under the chapter, vapes, but of major concern should be those listed under psychoactive substances, which include products like Kratom 07 and tenepatine, also known by the slang term gas station heroin. I understand your hands are tied in banning a product from our township that is completely legal in our state, but there definitely needs to be stricter regulation and local enforcement in making sure these products don't end up in the hands of our children. I applaud our health department for presenting this ordinance that will help to do so. Most of the public is completely unaware of how dangerous these products are and how freely they are sold in front of our children. I was, up until 3 weeks ago. Home drug tests will not expose the use of these products, nor will legal or hospital tox screens. These products are extremely addictive and can be easily abused or lethal. They mimic the effects of opioids, and the withdrawal process is very difficult. In addition to passing the ordinance, I'm going to ask that your council, as well as the health department, help educate our Pequannock parents and spread awareness about these products. Until New Jersey state lawmakers pass Senator Turner's, proposed bill S-301 to get them classed as a Schedule I controlled dangerous substance and ban their sales in our stores, it's the least you can do to help keep our community safe. Thank you for your time.
That's awesome. And I responded to you, but I do want to thank you for your letter because I didn't know either, and it opened my eyes. And then when I talked to him, he's like, yeah, that's what he was working on. And hopefully, this is a step. One step. And I understand we got a couple more steps to go eventually, and hopefully we'll get there.
Yep, and I understand our hands are tied on a municipal level. It's more so from the state, but
But at least we can keep an eye on it and regulate it and really push
an awareness,
Yeah,
at least.
exactly.
At least save the kids.
So thank you for
Save the adults.
Yeah, thank you for
You know,
opening
adults
our
can have
eyes.
problems with the products as well, so, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else? Peter?
My name is Peter Schmidt. I'm speaking out of the blue. Is it possible to go into our sewer system and take a sample and measure how much of these substances are actually used in our township? We could get a feeling, I don't know whether that's possible, but they do it for all kinds of viruses and all kinds of diseases and what people just consume. And the equipment nowadays is so sensitive, I have no idea, I'm speaking out of the blue. Maybe we can see a little bit how much impact it has on our community. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Peter.
Anyone else? Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance number 2026-06.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mayor Russell?
Yes. Next on the agenda is a public hearing on ordinance number 2026-07. Ms. Marsh.
Moving fast here. Ordinance number 2026-07 is an ordinance establishing minimum and maximum salaries and pay rates for designated officials and employees of the Township of Pequannock.
Are there any comments from council?
Nope. Do it every year.
I just want to say I'm glad that we take care of our employees because they do a really good job. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If anyone in the audience has questions or comments on this ordinance, please come to the microphone and identify yourself for the record. Is there a motion to close this public
I'll
hearing?
make that motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance number 2026-07.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mayor Russell?
Yes. There are no ordinance scheduled for introduction at this time. The next agenda item is resolutions. Ms. Marsh.
Beginning with Resolution R 2026-133, canceling grant fund balances. 134, reappointing Jason Lawlicker, CTA, as Pequannock Township Tax Assessor. 135, authorizing the execution of an amendment to deed of historic preservation easement from the Township of Pequannock to the Morris County Board of County Commissioners for the Pompton Plains Railroad Station property. R 2026-136, authorizing the purchase of a 2025 Chevy Tahoe for the Detective Bureau and a 2025 Chevy Tahoe and a 2026 Chevy Tahoe for patrol from designated vendors awarded contracts by the New Jersey State Contract 2026-137, authorizing tax office refunds, overpayments, or cancellations. R 2026-138, approving payment of the itemized claims as set forth on the May 7th, 2026 bill list and FEMA elevation escrow list.
Are there any comments on this resolution from council?
No.
Is there a motion to adopt this resolutions?
I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 2026-133 through 138.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes, and I'll abstain for 2026-136.
Mayor Russell?
Yes. Next item on the agenda is NJ DOT Municipal Aid Grant Application. Mr. Brewer.
Thank you, ma'am. As I pointed out briefly in my manager's report, the township annually submits a Department of Transportation Municipal Aid Grant to the state of New Jersey. This helps us pave a street. A couple years ago, we had a conversation about Sunset and broke the road down into 4 phases. The first phase included the narrowing of the throats of the intersection. After discussion, the second phase, we went back to leaving things as they were originally planned and designed. That work is getting ready to go out to bid now. We're waiting for approval from the state for the plans. And it was anticipated that we would be requesting funds for Phase 3 of Sunset. But as articulated by the township engineer in his memo, which is in your packet, the deterioration of Greenwood has significantly exceeded the deterioration and the status of the next phase of Sunset. So the township engineer, who revisits his pavement rating report annually when getting ready to submit this application, said, hey, I think we really should do Greenwood Avenue in lieu of Sunset. We'll get back to Sunset in the future, but Greenwood is an unpaved road, and based upon the winter we had, it just expanded, and the deterioration is significantly greater than other areas. So if it's okay with the council, we'll prepare that application. If the council has questions or would like to see something else, we'd be happy to provide whatever responses are needed.
No, I totally agree with that. Actually, a couple of residents had brought it up to my attention, and I drove down there, and it's
Yeah,
a mess.
I agree with that after I read that.
So I don't know if it
Driveway
came
also.
from residents complaining or whether the engineer just noticed it on his report, but
Whatever it is, it
it's
works.
really bad.
Right,
Yeah.
good.
Okay, very
So
good.
Phase 2 of Sunset, that's moving forward this year, so that was approved.
That was approved and funded. The challenge with the DOT grants is there's a different level of complexity to the plans that they require, as well as core testings to ensure there's enough thickness and density in the asphalt. So we can't just go out to bid. We have to get them to the DOT municipal aid office. They then give us a green light.
I'm good
So that's the stage
moving
we're in.
to Greenwood. I'm good.
Okay,
Good.
excellent. Thank you.
There are no reports or notices. The next item on our agenda is council reports and announcements. Councilwoman Florence Lynch.
Yeah, I don't have much tonight, but, which I'm sure you're glad of, but we had a successful, I don't know if any of you knew, that we had the Pathways of History tour in the county last Sunday, and they had a really good turnout in Pequannock. They had the Martin Berry House open and the railroad station, and I know they had over 100 people through. So that was a very successful day, and I think it was a nice day as well. And then everything else is just, I don't have anything else to report from the committees, just our Rotary Club, Pequannock Valley Rotary, held a senior lunch here last week across the street at Friendship Hall and served over 200 meals. It was a great success. And in addition to that, right before I came here, I ran up to the Unico had a Taste of the Town event, and it was at the Cosmopolitan. They sold over 400 tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a success. But that's it. I didn't have anything new to report on anything else.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Cole?
I really don't have anything. Company 1 met on May 1st. Company 2 will meet on Thursday night. We had a planning board meeting last night. The application on West End got approved for a flag lot. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Couple of things. A couple of us attended the ribbon cutting for Chapters and Coffee over in the Scott Center. It was packed. There was a lot of people there, and it was just wonderfully run. I mean, the line, people were leaving because the line was like snaked, so I'm very happy for them, and it looks like a very comfortable place. And Peter, we have a new meeting spot now, right? I also, I just wanted to say, there was a woman, Kathy Jurowitz, who did a lot in town, and there was a funeral mass for her, and a lot of people from town did show up, and it was really good to see the support. She passed away about a month ago. Other than that, my squad meeting was changed till next Monday. The Environmental Commission meets tomorrow, and library meets in a week. So that's all I have. Next on the agenda is public comment. As a reminder, we welcome comments, suggestions, and questions rather than dialogue, and comments are limited to 3 minutes. If anyone wishes to address the council, please wait to be recognized to come to the microphone and provide your name for the record. I always want to hear like the Jeopardy thing. There are no minutes presented for approval. Next on the agenda is a closed session discussion. Is there a motion to approve a resolution authorizing the Township Council to meet in executive session to discuss litigation of the Dorso Realty tax appeal and a personnel matter related to the municipal clerk? Carol, what'd you do?
I don't know what you're talking about.
She went retired.
I'm kidding, it has really nothing to do with Carol. May I have a motion on that?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Please note that action is expected to be taken following the closed session. At this time, the public portion of the meeting is recessed for the closed session. Enjoy.